Hi, I'm Jeannie, and I have been a guinea pig for the last almost 2 years when it comes to freelancing and specifically in the esports scene. Now, a lot of people want to be freelancers, whether it is an extra income next to their 9 to 5, because in this economy, who doesn't need that? Or whether that is a goal to pursue something you're genuinely interested in so that it allows you to quit that 9 to 5 and focus on something that you love to do. Now, there are so many ways to get started, and that's a whole separate video on its own, but today I thought to focus on the 3 main pillars which I have noticed in my pursuit of being a freelancer in esports, what the 3 main pillars are when it comes to actually being able to do this in the long term and a little bit more sustainably. Now, I know this is specific to esports, but grab your pen and paper because this can genuinely be applied to any industry because it's just basic, fundamental knowledge. 3 pillars, as a little bit of a spoiler, are going to be finance, marketing, and people. These 3 things I see reoccurring, and the importance of them and the effect they have had on my career are absolutely humongous. So that's why we're going to break them down. In no particular order, I think if you are looking to quit your job or if you're living with your parents and you want to move out, finance is probably the most important one to focus on. And especially when you're a freelancer, you don't have that safety that at the end of the month you have a certain amount hitting your bank account, and you also don't have the safety that someone is paying for your pension. So take that however you want to take that, but at the end of the day, it's really important to think about your future. When it comes to finance, I'm going to be the boring financial whatever guy you have seen on TikTok or whether YouTube or whatever that is, and I'm going to tell you to read a couple of books. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, The 4-Hour Workweek, as well as I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. These are all really great books that fundamentally share very much similar logic and lessons. First one is to pay yourself first. You might be wondering what that means. Simply put, it's that at the end of the month, when you get that paycheck or when you are a freelancer and you get your first money, don't just immediately go and spend it. Of course, you're going to have bills, etc., to pay, but don't save what's left, but save and then spend. This is to ensure that you are instilling proper financial habits within yourself, and that's really going to help you in the long run. Another thing that they're also telling you is to set yourself up for the future, or set your future self up for success. So this means looking to make your money work for you by investing in assets rather than liabilities. I'm not going to break this one down. I'm not a financial guru, but I am going to say to please, especially as a freelancer, if you are going to do this for the long term, set yourself up for success. Think about that pension. Think about the most important one, and that's going to be the emergency fund. You're wondering what's an emergency fund? It's basically 3 to 6 months. Advised, I personally went for 12 of your expenses. You save it, you adjust it for inflation. So your rent, your utilities, your food, another £200 leeway, adjusted for inflation. Multiply it by however many months you are looking to save, minimum 3 months being. And that is to then be able to sustain yourself. An emergency fund as a freelancer is even more important than an emergency fund when you have a 9 to 5 due to the fact that the job is so volatile and you never know when you're actually going or not going to get work. So please keep that in mind. Number 2 is marketing. Now, marketing is pretty self-explanatory, and that is just because you need to brand yourself and people need to be aware of what your name brings to the table. Whether it is in esports and you're thinking about a name as a caster and what you want to be called, please really think about that because some names you do not want on your broadcast. But also in terms of your personality online. Everybody is unique and everybody has their own little thing that makes them stand out. Mine is being funny sometimes. I mean, it's a crazy one, but anyway, big assumption there. But it's just a matter of showing your personality. And please, for the love of anything that you believe in, the internet is permanent. Remember that, okay? When you are going to post something, think about if 10 years from now, that is still something that you want to see or have attached to your name. Number 2 is when you are being a freelancer or you're looking to become a freelancer long-term, you synonymously become a poster. You're like, what? You get a gig, you post about it after it has been announced that you got the gig. Please don't jump the gun and be like, oh my God, I'm doing this. And the announcement has not been made because that is what the fuck. But you get a gig, you post it. You work the gig, you post it. You finish the gig, you post it. And every now and then you remind people of all the stuff that you work and you post about it. This is as annoying as that sounds. On the internet, you need to repeat yourself. And this is to kind of set in stone and set in people's minds what you've done, your accomplishment, and remind them that you're there and that you're available for work. Because if you're not going to post about it, how are we going to know? Let that sink in. So marketing yourself, there's so much shit that you can do online when it comes to marketing yourself. You have so many different social media platforms. That's a whole strategy that you can go and figure out. There's a shit ton of content and shit on YouTube that you can look into. But all I'm saying is that it's really important. You are now a poster. You're a freelancer, you're a poster. I know a lot of people do not like how social media is synonymous with freelancing, but at the end of the day, you are a business. Yes, you are a person, but you are the business. You're the one that's making the money. And what does every single successful business do in this entire world? Correct. So they post about it. Ha ha ha. Surprise. So now that we got that out of the way, number 3 is people. Now, this is more so, I think, in esports than anything I have ever come across, because consulting is political. Whew. But esports, I was not ready for that. The amount of politics that comes into play when you are a freelancer is also something that you really, really need to think about and keep in mind, because people talk. And whatever industry you're going to be going into, you very quickly start to realize that it's very small and different people have worked with each other during different times of their lives. So if you're going to be rude and an absolute bitch to one person, people will find out, and eventually it's going to come out, and nobody either wants to work with you, because like, why are you being mean? Like, I feel like it takes so much effort to be an absolute dickhead than it does to actually be a genuine person. So like, why? Ask yourself, why are you being mean to people to begin with? Like, what do you get to gain out of it? Absolutely zero. And you know what? It takes absolutely zero effort to be nice to people, and that's really important. People skills are crucial. You need to be able to show a genuine interest in people. And because that then ties into networking. I personally don't like the whole networking. Like, either you have a genuine interest on a person or you don't. Networking is like adding them on LinkedIn, hi, and then that's it. That's not networking. But a genuine connection, a genuine interest, find common ground. It's so much easier than you think. And people don't seem to grasp this for some reason, which absolutely blows my mind. But at the end of the day, people are going to have to hire you. Okay? Like, you need to be hired by people. So if you are being an absolute dickhead to people, why would they hire you? So please be nice. I know for some of you, especially if you come from League of Legends, it's a little bit more difficult. Please just be nice. Just be nice to people. It requires literally zero energy, and it can genuinely set you up for success. Because if people like you, they will want to work with you, and they would want to see you succeed. And as a result, they will recommend you to other people. So be nice. Be nice. Be financially literate, and be a poster. Those are the 3 main things that, if you want to work towards a career as a freelancer sustainably, are absolutely crucial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick video in terms of advice. If you want to hear more about how I got started as a freelancer in esports and how it has set me up for quitting my full-time job, do let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, hit that noti bell, whatever the fuck else you have to do, and I will see you guys next week. Hee hee.